Hey Scolders, welcome back to Vikings First and SKOL. I'm Sally, the newest member of the fam, and this is another episode of my Vikings fan lifestyle podcast, Scolders and Spice. Our favorite team, they're on bye week. We hope they're getting rested and relaxed, but that means it's kind of a slow news week. So I thought, what a better time than now to share with you a unique experience that I had recently. Only thing I love more than football is food. A few weeks ago, I was invited to US Bank Stadium to sample all of their new food offerings for 2024, a few signature cocktails, and even some of the new options in the premium suites. So I am going to fill you in. What are some of my favorites? Where in the stadium you can find them? You are on audio only. You obviously aren't going to be able to see photos or videos of the food items, but I will have at least a few of them on my Instagram, and I do have a Twitter thread on some of the new stuff as well, so you can always check them out there. A little background on the vendors at US Bank Stadium. 17 of them are local, and of those 17, 15 of them are women or minority owned. If there is a vendor or a food item in here that falls in that category, I'm just going to put an asterisk next to them because that's something that US Bank Stadium is really proud of. This year, there are 5 new local vendors, and they have added an additional Hy-Vee market, which is kind of just a grab-and-go place where I believe you can even check out yourself. And they also added 3 new walk-through brew marts, which are similar, but I believe you can also grab beers and stuff and check those out by yourself as well. So the lines are a lot shorter. I think I'm going to go in the order in which I sampled things. And so that means we're going to start with signature cocktails because right when I walked in the door, there they were ready to go. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, first up, we've got these Bloody Marys. The mix was awesome that they used. And these skewers, you get an entire beef stick, the cheese, the olives. So it is like a mini snack as well. These are available at all noon games, and they are 18 different locations with throughout the stadium. So pretty much any bar where you see they're pouring liquor, they should have these. You also get to keep the cup. Super cute. I will say it's a little football. I will say do not wash these. Mine's a little bit warped. Next up is the PurpleRita. This was so good. I loved this drink. It's made with Patron, and then the mix is made by a local company who created this mix just for US Bank Stadium and Vikings games. You can find it section 108 at the Patron cart. You do get to keep the Patron glass. This thing was so cool. I love that it has a lid. So if you're somebody like me who's jumping around, spilling your drink, if there's an exciting play, you get to completely prevent that. So I love that about it. The beverage program this year has about 40 different beverages from Molson Coors, which you can see here. There's a ton of options. These hard kombuchas, I'm very intrigued by these. I've never tried anything like it, but that espresso martini one, I would for sure try. Okay, on to the food. Let me preface this by saying these videos of most of the food is like the display items that they put out, and then they, divvied it up into smaller sample cups for everyone to try. So they're not going to look as fresh and as good as they will in these little bit of video snippets, but the ones that we actually tasted were fresh. First thing that I tried, the Brat mac and cheese. Absolutely amazing. It was so good. Could not believe how good it was. I went back afterwards and I told the woman who owns Minnesota Original Brat Dogs, best mac and cheese I've ever had. It was so good. Cannot recommend it enough. They also had this Brat Philly. This was good, but it wasn't my favorite. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's because there was no condiments. I'm a condiments gal. If I would have put some on there, I would have liked it a little bit more, but it just wasn't my fave. However, they also have, which I don't have a video of, but I've tried it in the past. They do Brat corn dogs. I tried them at the Gopher Stadium. So good. It was also one of my favorite things. It was one of my favorite things that I tried at the Gophers food tasting. They have some different ones. I know they have like a jalapeno and cheese and another one. And then they have the original corn dog. Love it. So good. But highly recommend the corn dogs and the mac and cheese. Next, I tried these taro chips from Union Hmong Kitchen. I don't know if this is something that I would have sought out and tried in the stadium if I didn't already know about it. These were so good. Then they had the fried chicken, fried rice. Also really good. I like it how they put it in the little takeout container, so it's really easy to bring back to your seat. And I love the sauce that was on it as well. So I would absolutely have that again. And then they have the banh mi dog, which was good. It was good. It's just not really something that I typically would eat, but I would recommend it if you're somebody who does like those flavors. Okay. Next up, egg flip. This sandwich to die for. So good. It's a great size. The way that it comes like that in the little cardboard makes it easy to eat. You're not going to make a mess everywhere at your seat. Absolutely loved this sandwich. These nachos. Okay, I'm peeking at my notes so I can remember everything that was on there. These also amazing. Scrambled eggs, sirloin beef bulgogi, onions, mozzarella cheese topped with chives, and a house aioli. Loved them. Met the owner from there as well. Super nice guy. So definitely check them out if you are a breakfast person like myself, or if you are in the downtown Skyway, they have a location there. Some vegan options from Herbivorous Butcher. Here they have the hot dog and the burger. But I got to be honest, I did not end up trying these just because there was so much more food to try and I did not want to be full on something that I never would have ordered anyways. And I wouldn't really know what to compare it to since I'm not vegan and I've never had vegan meats. But I know they have a great reputation in the community. I know a lot of vegan people do go to their shop and buy their stuff. So if you're a vegan, definitely a great option. Couple unique hot dog options here. We've got the mac and cheese dog with bacon on it, and then the cheese curd dog, which I'm very intrigued by. I would have loved to try that. There wasn't any fresh ones when I got over there, so I didn't get a chance to, but I like how they're combining those two things, even if it's not something that you want to eat together in one bite. Kind of cool just to be able to pick the curds off or eat the mac and cheese. Old Southern Barbecue. Absolutely loved this brisket mac and cheese. I loved it how they had the setup where they're carving the brisket right there. You can see that it's fresh. I really enjoyed the pickled onions on there. It's not something that I normally would have added myself, but it was really good and a little bit of spice to it as well. So I'd absolutely eat that again. Next up, the coveted lobster mac and cheese smash burger from Birch's Brewhouse on the Lake. It took me forever to be able to get one of these. Every time they put out samples, people were grabbing them, so it took me a minute. I didn't really know what to expect. I'm thinking, this is a little bit too much for a burger, but I loved it. And if you're not somebody who wants to eat that big of a burger, kind of like I was saying, deconstruct it and eat both of them, but absolutely would eat it again. It was so good. They also had a fried chicken sandwich, which I did not get to try, but I'm sure it is delicious. Cheese curds. If you have been to US Bank Stadium before, you probably recognize these cheese curds from Curds and Cake. I know that they were one of the very first vendors in US Bank Stadium when it opened. I always see people eating them around me when I'm at games, and they are super good. These are the jalapeno cheese ones, and then the original. Can't go wrong with these. Next up, we've got the wing basket from Original Fried Chicken. These chicken wings, they are not doing it justice here in the video. The owner had them boxed up separately so that we could take them to go because at that point I had already been eating so much food. These are prepared with a dry rub. So if you're taking them back to your seat, you don't have to worry about all the sauce and stuff all over you. They were super good. Loved the fries and the mac and cheese as well. They've also got chicken tenders, and I love the dipping sauce. Rune's Savory Cones. These were pretty cool. I've never tried anything like this before. They are served in what looks like an ice cream cone, but there are herbs and other seasonings in there, so it does not taste like an ice cream cone. Really great flavor to those. Normally, I would have gravitated towards the mac and cheese one. That's what I would have ordered if I were waiting in line, but I'd had a lot of mac and cheese at that point, so I tried the chicken salads, both the original and the curry. They were really good. It would be something different to eat in a stadium if you don't want something fried, something that tastes more fresh. I would definitely eat these again. And what a cool concept to just be able to like nibble on those at your seat. And they come in 2 sizes. Parlor was also there with their burgers, but I didn't try one just because I've had it a million times and I know how good it is, but I do highly recommend those if you're in the mood for a cheeseburger. On to desserts, T-Rex cookie. They have their normal lineup of cookies, but they have two signature ones for US Bank Stadium. They have the purple and gold sugar cookie and the purple and gold M&M cookie. My favorite being the M&M cookie because, I don't know, I need chocolate in my cookie. Hockey Mom original brownies. Look at all these flavors. So good. Can't go wrong with any of them. Get it with ice cream if you can. Takes it to another level. There's a few different vendors that I did not get to try, but their information will be in the description below, as well as the offerings, the locations of anything that I may have missed here. Thank you so much for tuning in to Scolders and Spice. I'm so fortunate that I get to have these experiences and that I get to go to almost every Vikings game. So I love being able to pass along the information that I get to you. So if there's anything that you would like to know more about or that you would like to see, let me know in the comments and I will do my best to get that information to you. Always looking for new ideas here on Scolders and Spice to enhance the Vikings fan experience. So thank you so much for tuning in on the Vikings First and SKOL Network. I'm Sally. Make sure you tune into all of our other shows. I will be back at it next week. Got a primetime game next week, so they better get it together and be on the national stage yet again. Anyway, you guys, have a great week. SKOL Vikings.
Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And rate us on your favorite aggregator. And a big shout out goes to Sal and her guests on this Vikings First and SKOL production, partnered with the Fans First Sports Network. Thanks, everyone. And SKOL.